Do you hear the birds chirping?
Yes, I do. Say the name in Portuguese.
Ah, meu Deus.
Go.
Estou falando sério. Eu não sei se é gaviota ou gaivota.
Gaivota.
É sério?
É sério.
Caraca.
See, guys, I have a lot of trouble with some words in English, but Foster with like borboleta, gaivota, it's...
Yeah, gaivota is one of those words that I imagined. Okay, this word's never going to be a problem. I don't see that many gaviotas.
Gaivota.
Gaivotas. No, just so I can explain what happened here. Eu posso explicar em português. Então, gente, eu sempre gosto de fazer piada com a Alexia, falando, não sei porque é engraçado, mas é engraçado para mim. Tem muitos pássaros, passarinhos aqui em Porto.
No Porto?
Sim, aqui no Porto, que se chamam gaviotas.
Gaivotas!
Gaivotas.
Meu Deus!
Mas no começo, eu sabia a palavra correta. Sabia. Sério.
Você nunca soube, amor.
Não, mas você ficou chateada comigo, então eu estava brincando. Mas
a culpa é minha que você erra o nome gaivota.
Não, mas a piada, sei lá, eu perdi controle. Até seu pai está chamando eles de gaivota.
Gaivota tá certo.
Ah, meu Deus. Let's get on with the show in English, please. Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
Apart from my beautiful Southern American accent, what is your favorite English accent?
British.
You like the British accent?
I do.
Do you like a British accent from London? Do you like the Cockney accent? Do you like it from the north? Do you like the Scottish accent?
I don't know. I like all of them.
I don't think Alexia knew that there were that many different accents in Great Britain. I don't think many people know exactly what's happening in Great Britain right now, but that is not for the Cambly ad. Definitely not. But the point is, if you want to learn how to speak with a British accent, Australian accent, South African, wherever you want, California, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas, whatever you want to do, you can do all of that on Cambly. Isn't that right?
Yes, so go ahead and go to cambly.com ou o aplicativo do Cambly e coloca o nosso cupom Inglês no Cru Podcast. Desse jeito você pode ter talvez uma professora da África do Sul, da Austrália, um professor britânico, irlandês, qualquer coisa. Então, vá lá e descubra os diferentes sotaques em inglês.
Okay, on with the show. So today is our last day, perhaps, of English no Cru Book Club, apparently. And yesterday, Alexia gave a book review about a heavy philosophical book. And today, it's my time to give a book review.
Let's do it. I'm really interested to know which book you're going to talk about.
Oh, I don't know. I have not chosen one yet.
Yes, that's a problem.
So I have a list of books here that I have read in the last few weeks.
So let's start with this. I already gave them like a novel, philosophic kind of situation.
Philosophical
Kind of book. Try to give the opposite of it.
The opposite of... Okay, would you prefer something like super practical, nonfiction, probably related to businessy stuff?
Yes, I think that people will like that because they have two options now. Those who like novels and those who like business books.
Or would you like something a little bit more like funny biography? I would say those are my two options, kind of.
Can you talk about the two of them?
Yeah, but it'll probably have to be 2 episodes because once I start talking, I don't stop.
So that's fine. Let's do it.
Okay, what do you want first? Business?
Business.
Business book. Meu Deus.
Tic-tac, 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 tic-tac.
What business book should I talk about? So I have read a lot of books recently talking about focus and distraction, and I don't think Alexia wants me to talk about any of those right now because that's like all I talk about in our personal life.
I don't mind. We always bring our personal lives to here.
Yeah, but it will be very controversial. But if you feel like you are spending much too much time on your phone and your computer and you want to reconnect with nature, Alexia is thinking about the fact that I said much too much.
Uh-huh.
You can say that. It's kind of a poetic way to say that.
Okay, because it's not grammatically correct, right?
I
Much too much.
don't know. You hear this a lot in like poetry or music, like, oh, it's much too much to bear. It sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But I would not say that in an academic paper or an
Yeah.
email.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, can I just talk about all of these books as one without being controversial?
Of course.
So these are not business and these are not like comedy fun books. This is just a category of books that I have read a lot about, so let's just get it out there on the table. So these are all books relating to the fact that the world changed really quick, and now most of our relationships and most of our time are connected to screens. And for some people, not everyone, it's making us a little bit crazy, and I am one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are interested in that kind of thing, I would recommend the most recent book I read is called Bored and Brilliant, which is fantastic. I cannot remember the author's name right now, but she has a podcast called Note to Self. So take a note for yourself right now. Note to Self. It's a fantastic podcast about technology, ironically enough. But she talks about how just the importance of being bored.
And I think being with yourself, right?
Yes, just kind of being alone in your thoughts, not meditating or anything like that. Just that the default mode for our minds is essentially just daydreaming, right?
Yeah.
That is what keeps our mind healthy. And if we are always looking at Instagram, things like that, we can't do that. And at the end of the book, she has a Bored and Brilliant challenge that is just 7 days. Each day you do one different thing. And honestly, I haven't finished the book yet, so I can't speak that directly about that. But what do you think? Would you be interested in being bored and brilliant?
Yes, I would love to. Whoa.
Thunder?
Yes, we need to take out our clothes from outside.
Thunder, we need to take off our clothes.
From outside. They're hanging.
Alexia is talking about our clothes that are hanging on the clothesline.
But I think it's better than the other day that you started the episode like, you don't know what I'm doing in my alone time with my computer. But
I don't know what we're doing.
Yes, I would love to read this book. I think it's very important and gives you motivation to spend time with yourself, which many people, we don't do that anymore. We are always like
Yes.
doing stuff to.
Yeah. So the important thing I would say is that being bored is very good for our minds and our body and our health. And I would like to clarify that bored is a difficult word. Alexia is paying more attention to the...
Bored is a very difficult word.
Because you have the word chato, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Portuguese. So if something is boring in English, it does not have to be annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bored just means uninteresting.
Yeah, I would say like, me dá tédio, sabe? Tipo,
Yeah,
não me
perhaps that
desperta
is...
nada, não me faz nenhum interesse.
Exactly. So just imagine like folding clothes or walking to work or just doing a very boring task
Mm-hmm.
or just sitting on the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's being bored, and that's really important.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the most recent book that I have read about technology and our minds. The second one is a book called Indistractable by a slightly annoying guy named Neil Eyre, I believe. And this book is really interesting because
What's
Neil
the name again?
Indistractable,
Okay.
which just for everyone's reference is not a real word.
Yes, I was trying to think about it. That's why I asked you again.
Yeah. Yeah, any author that creates their own word
É
for the
licença
book of a
poética.
title. Yeah, yeah. But
How do you say that in English?
poetic license.
Yeah.
This book is interesting because Neil Eyre was really famous for writing a book called Hooked, which took Silicon Valley by storm. And Hooked was really how to get people addicted to digital products. And everyone loved it. Facebook, Google, everyone used the tactics from these books to create new apps and things like that.
And hook, the hook is like cabide, right? Like é o
That-
gancho.
Yeah, cabiji, I would say a clothes hanger.
Yeah, but that thing that you put on the door to hang your clothes, that's a hook.
Yes, you could say a hook, but to be hooked, viciado.
Ah, tá.
Ou enganchado, talvez.
Hã?
Pode falar enganchado
Não.
em espanhol. Mas viciado, você não pode parar.
Okay.
Né? You're hooked.
Okay.
So this guy wrote a book about how to make people obsessed with your apps and things on your computer and stuff like that. And then 6 years later, he's now writing a book about how to not be distracted by these same devices. And he starts the book talking about how he was having a conversation with his daughter, and it was a really important conversation. And then he received a notification on his phone. So he was looking at the notification, responding to someone, and then his daughter just walked out of the room. So, the book has some good ideas. Wasn't my favorite.
But I see a line of thinking there.
What do you mean?
Like you were reading how to be bored with yourself, right? Like how to spend time with yourself. And the other one is about like what technology can do with your relationships, right?
Right. More or less. The most interesting thing that I found in Indistractable, he does have a lot of cool little hacks and techniques, like to use your phone in more efficient ways. But he really talks about the psychology of addiction. And he says everything that we do, in the past, people imagined that we do things for pleasure and to avoid pain. And those are our two options. And he is making the suggestion that no, we do everything to avoid pain. So even if you are hungry, you feel that sensation of being hungry, and that hurts, and that's when you get that sensation of hunger. So everything you're doing is to avoid pain, and all of this distraction is just pain avoidance.
This is very deep.
Yeah, that was the only really deep thing I found from the book.
Yeah, I don't know if I would read this one.
I don't think you would read any of this.
No, the bored and something, I would.
Bored and Brilliant.
Yeah.
Bored and Brilliant is the one I would recommend to you. Last but not least, if people are interested in this relationship with your devices, the one that you should probably start with is digital minimalism, which Alexia hates just because of the title. So if you want to learn more about that, you can also check out the conversations that I had with Kyla Gardner.
I don't remember the numbers.
We will put them in the show notes, but Kyla and I talk for like 4 episodes about these kinds of things because she is an expert, and I think Alexia is tired of hearing me talk about it.
To be honest, yes. But I do get it. But at the same time,
Okay. I promise the next episode I will stick to our plan. And you gave me 2 options. Give me a book review. It can be a comedy, funny book, or a business book.
And then you
I'm sorry.
and you complain about me that I sometimes let's talk about flowers and talk about popcorn, but that's fine.
Yeah, I guess that analogy makes sense. Yeah, I guess maybe we will be back in a couple of days with a real book review instead of me ranting about digital devices. But until then, enjoy listening to Inglês no Cru on your digital devices, and
that's why I can't get him on Instagram.
yeah, you guys probably, if you see me on Instagram, it is because Alexia is secretly recording me. And that's just, okay, there's lightning now. Let's take cover. See you guys soon.
Bye! Oi, pessoal! Obrigada por escutar mais um episódio do Inglês no Cru Rádio. Por agora, nós não estamos aceitando novos alunos para o Sound School. Mas, enquanto isso, tem umas coisinhas bem legais que vão te ajudar com seu inglês e que também vão apoiar esse podcast mais amado dos brasileiros. Nós acabamos de lançar um novo recurso chamado Friday Freebies. A cada sexta-feira, vamos mandar para você um novo recurso que criamos para te ajudar a melhorar cada vez mais o seu inglês e também algumas coisas bem engraçadas como behind the scenes da gente. Então, para ficar por dentro disso tudo, é só acessar www.inglesnoicru.com/free, tá? Você também pode entrar na lista de espera do Sound School e também será o primeiro a saber quando as novas applications serão abertas. Você também pode deixar uma review pra gente, hein? Juro, isso ajuda muito, 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 muito. Tudo isso e mais um pouco no inglesnoicru.com. Então vai lá e, como sempre, keep up the good fight and lose well.